As we move into the fourth industrial age, it is important that we have a clear understanding of the trends that are shaping the oil and gas markets. Today, we welcome Dr. Fereidun Fesharaki, founder and chairman of FGE, to share his unique perspectives. I am Mash'al Kindi, and this is ADNOC Insights. Dr. Fesharaki, welcome to ADNOC Insights. So with all that's happening in the global arena when it comes to the financial, political, and the corporate world, what do you think are the main market trends that are currently shaping the energy industry?
Well, the market trends are based on international and companies, national oil companies, trying to create a diversified portfolio. Many want to call themselves a total energy company rather than just oil and gas. Although in reality, 80–90% of their incomes for many, many years are still coming from the oil and gas business. Moving towards creating some balance between different portfolios is what seems to be as a priority, often for the image purposes. So everybody wants to have an image of a general total energy company. Somehow just being oil and gas is no longer enough.
So how does this trend affect the oil and gas producers such as ADNOC?
For ADNOC, challenges are different because ADNOC doesn't have to worry about power sector because the other organizations are doing it. So ADNOC is basically a very strong and successful upstream company with the most modern technologies. The challenge for ADNOC would be to try to balance this portfolio between oil and gas, upstream and downstream. Upstream is where the bread and butter is, but now more emphasis on petrochemicals, more emphasis on natural gas, LNG, is something which creates a portfolio which can provide much, much higher productivity and value for ADNOC. But ADNOC is already on its way doing better than almost any national oil company I know already.
Well, thank you for that. But how do you measure success for an NOC versus success for an IOC?
IOCs, because of the fact that they have to pay dividends to the shareholders, they do some things which are maybe not in the long-term interest. Short-term interest becomes very important. If you don't pay dividends, the stock value goes down, and then the board and the management is under pressure. A company like ADNOC can take the long view that I'm here to serve the country, to serve the people over the long term, and I make decisions which provide a long-term value. So I think that ability to be able to take a long-term view and not be worried about the short-term ups and downs provides a stability in investment, stability in policy, which IOCs cannot have.
So I think the word would be sustainability.
Indeed.
In the current environment, having that sustainability in mind, what challenges and opportunities, in your view, does ADNOC face to have that sustainability as well as having the short-term profitability and resilience?
I think one of the most important factors is a change in the culture of the company, and I think that has been largely achieved. I have come to ADNOC since the day that ADNOC was established and was being run by non-Emiratis. And even from 2-3 years ago, I see the cultural shift so dramatic in the thinking, in the approach, and in the incentives to go forward. Everybody feels driven to be able to achieve more than anybody ever asked them in the past. So in that respect, I think in some areas, I see the incentive to go forward in ADNOC even higher than the IOCs.
Looking at your crystal ball, what's in store for the year ahead?
My crystal ball says that the prices would be in the $65–$75 a barrel range. It's enough for people to make investments. It's enough for system to function. And I think that OPEC, with the help of the Russians, doing a great job, providing a band that people can operate in with some ease of mind. crystal ball says that the oil demand is growth will continue 5 more years and then becomes very slow. Basically, the era of the growth of oil demand comes to not an end, but a very slow movement beyond 2030s. That the companies to survive need to look at things which continue to grow. And what grows? Petrochemicals, natural gas. These two would be the growth areas. Of course, producing oil and selling the market is always very profitable, but it is a market that you cannot look on as a same way as in the past, that it continues to grow, continues to give fruit. And the issue is transformation for a world where oil demand growth from 1.5 million barrels per day goes to 200,000-300,000 barrels per day, and there's only 10 years in front of us. That is the big challenge.
So you've known ADNOC for quite a long time. How do you see the transformation that has gone through the years?
This first time I came to ADNOC, which was in, I guess, early 1980s, ambitions were very small, just to produce some crude and to do some refining for local use. The dramatic changes have come in by increasing the quality of the staff, by the commitment to investment, by strong and good management. But changes in the past 2 years have been as dramatic as the changes in the past 20 or 30 years. So I think that this has laid the foundation to move the company to a different order of importance worldwide. And in the international market, it's all seen, visible, that people look at ADNOC differently. Everybody knows that if you come to ADNOC now, you have to do something which is special. Just doing normal things is not enough. And management requires it, and the staff executed it very well. So it is the most dramatic cultural change that I've seen from all the national oil companies.
Thank you for your insights, Dr. Fesharaki.
My pleasure. Thank you.